So, hey, good people, Brolandia. It's your bro and your man, Broman. So for today's video, I'm planning on this being a large series where I go on tons of genres and multiple different things. But the series is basically just going to be, why does modern music just suck? And that's not saying there's not good artists or good bands from nowadays. There's plenty of them. But a lot of them are just soulless. They don't have any pizzazz or personality. Now, this is mostly focusing on the mainstream. There's plenty of underground artists that are, very emotionally and all that stuff. But I'm not going to be going into that stuff. But for today's video, it's going to be rock and heavy rock. And so, like I said a few seconds ago, today's video is going to be rock and heavy rock. Heavy rock, obviously, meaning metal. Now, there's going to be multiple of these types of videos for each genre I'm going to cover, because I'm not fully signed in to YouTube yet with the phone number and all that. So I cannot do any videos over 15 minutes long. So I'll be trying to do in-depth on certain subjects for each video. For today's video for rock and heavy rock, it's going to be the sound. Now, one thing I noticed just from listening to the radio is the sound of things. It just feels too electronic and too clean, as I like to put it. And I'm going to put some examples up real quick.
Me choose, I'm the bad guy, I got baggage, I am fucked up.
Now compare that to this. Which one sounds more like a rock song? The second one. If you said the first one, you're definitely wrong. I would definitely say Falling in Reverse just makes me want to fall off a bridge. It's bad. I haven't really heard the rest of their stuff, but for what I've heard of them, I've heard that a lot of their stuff is not good. I heard their cover of Gangsta's Paradise. It sucked, but that's not for today's video. But I would not even count Bad by Falling in Reverse as a rock song. It's too electronic. It's basically more of a rap song that has little rock elements, if any. I personally do not see why people find that song really interesting at all. But for the classic Guns N' Roses, I can see why people find them interesting. They're a great band. They have some great music, and they're all-time classic rock. And I'll give you some more examples in a second.
Looking for color in the black and white.
Then compare that to their older stuff.
I tried so hard and got so far.
Now, which one sounds more rock or metal to you? In the end. Now, for quick context, I am a newbie to a lot of these bands. I've been interested in them for a couple months now, but I did not fully grow up with them, and they're definitely before my times. But still different seeing the band that made In the End make a very pop song. Now, I do know one of the singers did die a while ago. R.I.P. to him. So the band never could be the same. I think some of the songs with the new singer are actually pretty good. I don't know really any of the names of any of the people in Linkin Park. They're not my favorite band out there. A couple other bands and artists take the cake. But I do love a lot of their songs, and I respect the band itself, especially with their upbringing. But yeah, from them going to the most famous rock band to now a pop band, I don't really know any of their other newer songs, right? But that was apparently their bigger rock song of quotes from 2025. So there's that. Uh, Now I have a few other examples I'm planning on showing you, but I'll show you that in a little later in the video. Now, why did I show you those? Now, the reason why is to show you pop music is taking over. Rock and roll used to be the big thing for the 90s. Synth heavy, like synth, electronic was basically the 80s and all that. But now, pop music has been dominating for a real long time. So bands and artists and even genres itself have started to merge pop elements into themselves so they could get more into the mainstream, which is sad to see because, well, yeah. But how could we change this? We can't. It, we can't really do that. We can't just contact any of these bands because we don't know them. We're just everyday people. But we could make changes from smaller bands that could get big. And yeah, now remember, all this stuff, all the music I'll show is way before my times instead of all the newer stuff I use as examples. Uh, but yeah, and as someone that's recently got into metal and all that stuff, like a month ago by now, I think it's great. But it's weird seeing going on rock radio and seeing these really not rock or metal songs being advertised as rock. And like I said before, they're definitely great underground rock and metal bands, which means that they're not the mainstream. Now, have I found them? Not fully, but there are plenty. Now, if you like any of the things I showed as examples, that's fine. If you like Falling in Reverse, alright, just find some better taste eventually, because Falling in Reverse is bad, man. I'll show you a couple more examples real quick. And then, now some of y'all in the comments might be like, hey, those two songs are technically not in the same genre. Walk by Pantera is like this death metal song, and then the other one's this beautiful song. Oh no, sorry to break it to all of y'all non-metal rock enjoyers. That song is for this thing from Heavy. I'm not really that much of a Pantera fan, and no offense to any of y'all Pantera fans or Pantera itself. I just don't see the song as heavy as some other metal songs I know, or bands, or such as. Uh, I bet they have much heavier stuff. Still think it's a great band. Still think it's a great song. But you can definitely see the difference within it. Now, I'm not sure when this will get posted out, and I'm not sure when the sequel will be made, but the sequel will be on the same genre, and I'm planning on doing emotion for that one. This one's sound, the other one will be emotion. So see you then, bro fans. I'm a bro man, bro fans. Hee-haw!